Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Monday. Um, just got home from the hospital. I'm gonna make a video later on tonight about the last week of my life because it was unreal, absolutely unreal. Going from living to dying in another short time, living again. I mean, you can't write a script and make something up that I just went through. And I've been going through stuff my whole life. But this one took the cake. It definitely took the cake. I battled septic MRSA in 2010 that shut my organs down, and that was a that was a very that was a very bad one. Worse for my, our mind frame is so selfish at times. Like, we think we're only hurting ourselves. And that's the biggest lie and crock of shit I've ever heard in my life. In 2010, who suffered the most? It wasn't me laying there in that bed almost dying. They had the room, couldn't come in, doctors and garbage bags coming in and out. It looked like Outbreak with Sean Connery. It was my loved ones. That's who suffered the most, not me. And I tell you what, this past week, it put that episode to that episode is just another chapter in the book. This past week was unreal, and you can't nominate a Grammy or Oscar nominated 1,000 times to make what happened this past week real. What I can tell you is God is definitely not done with me. He, I renewed my vows with God coming up on 7 years in September. And He's allowed me to experience some unbelievable things in my life over the past 7 years. But this past week, had me marinate on the little bit of time that I did have strapped down, tubes coming out of me everywhere, a ventilator breathing for me 100%, and then a couple short days later, the hand of God. And listen, I'm not a religious person. Never been a part of any denomination when it comes to religion. I'm not against religion. I'm not. Religious people are great. They've taught me a lot of great things. I have a direct line with God. I'm a spiritual being through and through. And He allows me to be that. And He allows me to do the things that I do as long as I stay responsible at all times and make sure that my hand is there when someone else's hand is asking for help. And, I couldn't have prayed my way out of the situation that I was in. I know a whole lot of people across the country. You know, growing up Ohio, living in Los Angeles, coming back to Florida, going back to Arizona, you know, back to PA. You know, I've been all over the country, and I've got to rub shoulders with some spiritual giants, absolute spiritual giants. And in the time of stress and unknown, really unknown, you know, the first thing that can crop up can be fear. And you know, we can do two things with fear. F-E-A-R, fuck everything and run, or face everything and recover. And I was the guy that used to run. Today I'm the guy that stands there and welcomes whatever comes down the pike and deal with it. And I've gotten very good at it. Very, very good at it. I do know one thing, that I'm definitely one of his strongest soldiers. I do know that. This past week was just, I still cannot believe that I'm sitting here in my on my dining room table. I can't get it. I'm gonna make a full video. I'm gonna make a full video later, because it just to see the hand of God work, the miracles work, the power of prayer work, to see people to come together and put their selfish needs to the side, knowing that a brother is dying and he's like 95% gone, and somehow, you know, I get to call in the bullpen like, it ain't time yet. We got one more for you to close, and absolutely unreal. I like to think of myself as a very, very articulate, good, exceptional storyteller. But the stories that I tell, they're not coming out of books. The stories I tell, they're coming out of experience. They're coming out of brokenness. They're coming out of hope. They're coming out of love. They're coming out of faith. They're coming out of those things. Look, I jumped on here. The reason I jumped on here is because I wanted to give you the game tonight. I couldn't wait to get back from Ohio State Hospital, OSU, and God Works Miracles in Ohio State, OHIO, baby. Red and white, through and through. You know, I'm still in awe. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Tonight, I have a very, very, very strong lean on this game. We're taking the under 132 in the UConn-San Diego State game. And I'm going to tell you why it's going under. It's going under because I said it's going under. San Diego State got some grown men on that team, and they're great defenders. They limit possessions. You've seen exactly what they did with FAU, defensively with FAU. I can't see them allowing UConn to get that far out of reach. Listen, I don't know who's going to win the game, but I do know the total, and that's enough for us to make a nice start for this week. Guys, we're taking the under 132 in the UConn game. I'll be back in a little while to tell you guys a story. You already know. Get this cash.